So first, I just want to thank you guys for being here, for taking this time to invest in your Mary Kay business. Most of you are here because you stopped by our booth at seminar, and so we're so grateful to have met you guys in person and gotten to chat with you for a few minutes while you're signing up and learn about your Mary Kay business. And we definitely want to get to know each of you more. So please chat, reach out to us with any questions, concerns. For those of you who aren't that familiar with Skipio, I just briefly wanted to also just go over the three different plans that we offer for Mary Kay, just in case you are ever wondering, like, at what point should I upgrade my account or am I on too high of account? Should I downgrade? So just wanted to go over that real quick. Skipio is a monthly subscription, so you guys can upgrade, downgrade, change your plan really at any time. Upgrades are immediate, downgrades can just be scheduled for the end of your next billing cycle. And I just want to go over the different plan options. So a lot of you probably are on Silver because that's our lowest plan and it starts with that free 30-day trial. So we definitely want you guys to try your account before you are ever billed for it, which is great. We really recommend staying on that plan if you have five or less consultants. So if you're either new with Mary Kay or you don't have a huge unit yet, our Silver plan is a really good option for you to stay there kind of long term. For anybody that has five or more consultants, we highly recommend our Gold plan. Main reason being that it syncs both your customers and consultants from InTouch. So not only do we sync your consultants in your unit, we also organize it for you. So you have your A1 consultants, A2 consultants, N1, I3. You can at any point in time select which group of consultants you want to message and reach out to them that way. So it just helps with organization and it includes more messages per month. Platinum is basically the same thing as gold. It's just includes even more text messages. So if you're worried about going over the 1,500 messages per month, you can absolutely upgrade at any time. If you have any questions about this, you can definitely reach out to our team, but I just wanted to go over the three plans just so you know kind of when it's time to upgrade. And then I wanted to briefly go over some of the features that we maybe didn't have time to talk to you guys about when we were in person at the Skipio booth. We'll be highlighting some of the main features that every Mary Kay consultant benefits from here in just a bit. But I just wanted to kind of briefly, I'll let you guys read through this. I'll briefly read through them, just kind of all of the features that are included with your Mary Kay Skipio account. So obviously, you get two-way business texting. You can have back and forth conversations in mass, or you could send one-on-one messages. We also have something called away mode that I'll briefly be showing you. So if you're going out of town, let's say you're going to another country for a week and you really want to disconnect from your business, you can turn on an away mode. That's an auto reply message for you while you're out. We also have drip campaigns, which are basically a series of messages that can go out to whatever type of contact you want, leads, consultants, customers, and really for whatever case you want. So if you want it to be automated for 2 plus 2 plus 2, for example, which we're going to show you today, great. If you just want to manually add new consultants to a campaign to welcome them and give them all the tips to get started, you can do that as well. We also have a message library, so you can store kind of snippets and messages that you send often. I know a lot of you that I spoke with are using like the Notes app on your phone for this, and you just have kind of this is my message to new customers, this is my message with my link to my facial scheduling. So you can absolutely save message to the message library, which we'll go over. You can obviously, even though you're sending messages to multiple contacts at once, it's still personalized. So we'll definitely show you how to include their first name in the message so that it's not just hi gorgeous or hi beautiful. It can actually be hi Sydney, hi Anna, hi Courtney, etc. In any of your text messages, you can include a photo, you can include a link, you can include even a short video if you have a short video that you want to share. So a lot of times this is used for product photos. You can even include like a cute graphic that you created on Canva, and you can include like a link to a full newsletter if you want to send it that way. We also have ringless voicemails, which we'll briefly be going over, which is where you can pre-record a voicemail message and send it to one or multiple contacts, and they get a missed call and a voicemail from you. So rather than making 20 phone calls and leaving 20 voicemails, you just record the same voicemail and send it to as many contacts as you need. We have event and appointment reminders. So specific to an event, if you guys have like an open house that you're doing or a virtual facial and you want to make sure that they show up, you can remind them immediately, day before, 20 minutes before, whatever you'd like. Plus, we integrate with Calendly for free. So I know quite a few of you are already working with Calendly. So if that is the case, we do have a direct integration. You could definitely reach out if you have any questions about that. And then you can create as many custom contact fields as you want. So if you want to create different categories in your customers, not only can you create groups of whatever category you want, which we'll be going over during this call as well, you can also create actual fields. So skin type or locality or there's a lot of fields that we get from InTouch automatically, but there might be some that you want to add to your account as well. And then you can also schedule any of your messages. So anytime you're sending a message, you can choose to send it at a specific date and time. So I just want to give you a rundown of some of the features just to kind of get some gears turning for you guys. The main focus of today's webinar is going to be to help each of you learn how to set up birthday messages, learn how to set up call forwarding so that when somebody calls your Skipio phone number, it goes directly to your mobile phone. Learn how to send your first message so that it's not as daunting and you're afraid to pull the trigger on your own. We're going to go ahead and kind of hold your hand through that process. And then we're also going to show you how to create groups because this is a super practical tool with organizing your contacts and being able to more quickly follow up. So that's the main goal for today's call. I'll pause for just a minute just to see if there's any questions before I jump right in and help you guys get started in your account. Sydney, Anna, noticing anything or am I good to go?
I think we're good so far.
Okay, perfect. So this is our demo account for you, and you can access your Skipio account on any web browser. So if you go to Skipio.com on literally any device, laptop, tablet, iPad, computer, you can go to Skipio.com and log into your Skipio account if you already have one. If not, we'll be sharing instructions on how to sign up for one. But this is what your account looks like when you log in. We also have a mobile app, which I'll briefly be giving you guys a tutorial on the mobile app as well during this webinar. So if Sydney can just drop the information in to the chat that has the direct links to download the Scipio mobile app. That way you don't have to guess if you're downloading the right one. We have the direct links for you guys for both Android and for iPhones. So definitely download the mobile app if you haven't already, because that's an on-the-go version of Scipio that oftentimes is much easier to use because you don't always have time to sit down at a computer, and some of you might not have computers. So we want to make sure that Scipio is accessible to you wherever you are. So Sydney will drop that in the chat for you guys. And in the meantime, I'll kind of give you guys a quick rundown of the application. So when you log into Scipio, you're always going to see as your home base your inbox, your messages. This is anybody who has called, texted you, it's going to appear in your inbox here. And you can see there's kind of a variety of stuff happening here. This is a message that it looks like I've opened. These four messages are unread, and there's a couple that have bookmarks on them. So basically any message in your inbox, you can open it to mark it as read, and you can mark them as unread or bookmark them to save them for later. So sometimes people save a message for later if it's like maybe you had a really good message that you sent, you just want to come back to it, or maybe you just want to remember to follow up with somebody, you can save it for later. And you can mark it as read if you opened it and didn't mean to, or just want to be reminded. And then if you mark a message as unread, you can filter by unread messages. You can filter by messages that have been bookmarked. And you can always look at your sent folder for all of your messages that you've sent. One hack as well is if you want to see all of the messages that you've sent for a given month or a given day, you can go to your Scipio calendar, which is this icon here, and it'll show you any messages that you sent for whatever period of time you're looking at. So I'm looking at just this week, for example. If I want to show the whole month, this is our demo account, so we haven't sent a lot of messages, but you can see every message that you've sent. That way, at a glance, you can kind of just get a better feel for how much your account is being utilized. Also on this homepage, you'll see the total number of contacts in your account. Probably doesn't matter a ton for you guys because because you're on a Mary Kay plan, you all have unlimited contacts. But the one thing that would be important to look at is if you sign up for Skipio and don't have any contacts in your account for some reason, it probably means that your InTouch integration needs a little help getting those contacts over. So definitely contact our support team and we'll help you get that connected because as soon as you sign up, all of your customers from InTouch should automatically sync over. And then you can also track how many messages you sent for the month. You can get some starter guides. Sometimes we'll post kind of new resource center articles here just on your homepage, just so that you have that at a glance. So this is kind of home base. You can obviously respond to any of these messages. So I'm just going to go ahead and select demo test contact 001. And if I wanted to respond to this contact, Super easy. It tells me exactly what they said. I can go ahead and just type whatever message I want to send, like, hi, demo, absolutely. Your order has been shipped. Should arrive tomorrow. Whatever I wanted to send. And then there's lots of features that you can choose from when you're sending a message. So I can send it as is and it'll go to her right away. I can go ahead and hit send. She'll get it directly as a text message on her phone, and it'll come from my Skipio phone number, which in this account is this number here. Um, and then there's a couple other options. So if I want to schedule the message to go for a later date and time, I can click the little clock icon. And it's as simple as choosing the exact date and time that you want to send it out. So if I want it to go out on Friday at exactly 6:01 a.m., I could. I could schedule the message to go then. And then you can also include emojis. We have a whole emoji library that you can choose from. Let's do a cute one. Oh, not in the middle of order. We'll do a cute one here. So there's lots of emojis. We even have some, there's the lipstick, the kissy emoji, whatever you guys want to use in your messages, totally fine. And then one feature I want to show you guys in a slightly different screen, just so you can get the full experience of it, is this merge tags feature. And this is going to be where you can automatically insert the contact's first name without having to keep it general, like hi beautiful, hi gorgeous. So we'll come back to that. You can include an image, a video with your message. You can either take one or you can select one from your computer or from your files. You can send a ringless voicemail, which I'll briefly go over that later. And then you have your message library. So message library is super helpful because again, if you have kind of templates that you're regularly sending, rather than having to go out of Skipio and copying it from your notebook, you can just go right into your Skipio library, choose what message you want to send, and it'll type it out for you, and you can modify it before you send it. And then you can also create an appointment with a contact. So if you wanted to say, hey, this contact is scheduled, I can say, let's do virtual facial. They're scheduled for Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. And it's going to go from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., let's say. You can hit save. You can enter all the information if you want, like the address where it's going to take place. And then you just choose which reminder campaign you want to send to them, which is the series of messages that's going to go out to remind them of the event. So those are all of the key features on when sending a message. Um, I know there's probably a couple questions because that's a lot in terms of what the abilities are. So I'll stop just a bit just to look through a couple of the comments that we've gotten. So yeah, does the mobile and regular sync? Are they under the same subscription? Absolutely. So your account is exactly the same in the mobile app as it is on the web app, minus a couple features like you can't edit campaigns in the mobile app. And I'll show you that and go over it with you too. But yeah, if you send a message in the web app, the mobile app knows about it. If somebody texts you back, you get a notification in the mobile app. So they're definitely synced. And thank you, yeah, Anna, for answering that.
Courtney, I just wanted to jump in real quick. It looks like Anna and I are able to message the hosts, but we can't message like everybody. So
Okay.
as we're going in and responding to these questions, yeah, that's it's not letting us do that for some reason.
Yeah, when you're responding in the chat and it says two, does it let you drop down and change who
Yeah, two, and then the
hosts
options
and
are either
panelists?
you, Anna, or hosts and panelists. There's not like a
Well, perfect. Good
everybody.
excuse to interrupt me then. So if you see any good questions, you can just kind of stop me. Maybe even like you or Anna can just raise your hand and I'll kind of pause what I'm saying or wrap up what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Um,
one that I see here is about like the phone number, and that's a one we got a lot at seminar.
yeah.
Yeah, you do get a new phone number. Once you sign up for Skipio, you can choose the area code you'd like, and then it'll show you ones that are available. And this is like your business line, your Mary Kay line that you can give to your customers.
Yeah, and really the main reason is your personal phone number is owned by whoever your carrier is. T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. You could technically use that phone number with a service like Skipio, but you'd have to do all of your messaging through Skipio, even your personal messaging with like your family. So we typically recommend just it's easiest to just choose a Mary Kay business line because that number also stays with you. We don't like keep it at Skipio. If you're with us for 10 years and you leave for whatever reason, that's your phone number. And so you can be confident when you select that number. Make sure it's something that you like because you'll hopefully have it for years as you grow your Mary Kay business. And we do have thousands and thousands of numbers to choose from. So if you choose your area code, you should see a whole list of numbers and you can refresh the list as much as you want until you find one that speaks to you. And then right now we don't have AI in terms of kind of the writing. We actually have a separate kind of branch of Skipio that is Skipio AI that we're slowly working with corporate to roll out to Mary Kay, which is pretty exciting. But in the meantime, you can use any AI tool that you want. So if you have, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you want to use on your phone to craft messages, you can absolutely craft them there, copy, paste them to Skipio. But right now, your Skipio account doesn't have any built-in AI to it. And then let's see, do my birthday and then get it later on. Really good question. So, as far as the InTouch integration goes, it checks for updates daily, and you can also run it manually anytime. So, what's nice is as soon as you sign up, all of your contacts are already in Scipio, and Scipio is going to check every 24 hours to see if there's been any more contacts created, if there's been any updates to contacts. So, if somebody's phone number changes, or if you didn't have somebody's birthday and then you add it, or you add somebody new to InTouch, Scipio will know about it within 24 hours automatically. So it checks for new information and syncs it over, which is great. And then, good question, Gail. In terms of photos, being able to like send multiple photos at once, the reason Scipio is only limited to one photo at a time per text is actually just because of like carrier file size regulations. So some carriers, AT&T for example, has like a really low file size limit for this type of texting. So if you tried to send like 3 images, it's possible the message just wouldn't even send because it's too big with all of the different images. So we like to keep it as kind of simple as possible. If you need to send multiple images, you can either send like a link to a Google Drive folder if you have a whole library of images that you want to share, or you can just send multiple texts each with one image. So whatever you got there. And then I'll show you also how to access your Scipio phone number both in the mobile app and the web app because I'm sure so many of you are kind of like, I chose a number, I have no idea what that phone number is. So if you're following along in your account or want to look later, in your web version of your account, if you go to your profile and settings, which is this very bottom left-hand icon, then it'll just show you your phone number here up at the top. You can access it anytime. It's also at the top of your profile. So if you go into my profile, you can access it here as well. And it's just this number right here. And then I'll show you on the mobile app too, just to kind of give you a quick comparison. Let me show you. We're gonna attempt to do some screen mirroring here with my iPhone. So let me show you guys the real mobile app experience.
And it looks like we were able to send the link in the chat, but if you go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, wherever you download apps, and just search Skipio, it'll lead you to us, and then you can log in from there. And also, Courtney, we're seeing your screen. Looks good.
Perfect. Okay, great. So this is what it should look like on any device. Once you've downloaded the mobile app, you just log in using your email and password. For most of you, your email address is just whatever InTouch had on file for you, unless you overrode that and changed it to something else. And then if you forgot what password you set up, there's a reset password feature on the login screen. So no worries there, but it's the same login on Skipio.com and also the Skipio mobile app. So this is the same inbox you see that I already went through. The UI is a little bit different on the mobile app to mark messages as unread or later. Rather than clicking on it, you just slide to the left and then it'll pull up the options. So this message is read, for example. I can drag it, mark it as unread, and it gets marked as unread for me. So this is your inbox, pretty straightforward. On the mobile app, to find your Scipio phone number, if you just go over to the My Profile section, your Scipio number is at the top here. So you don't have to memorize it. You can even save it as a contact in your personal phone and call it like my Mary Kay business number or my Scipio number, whatever you want to call it. But this is your number up at the top here. And then on that note, the first and last name on your account that's in your profile and settings is just what appears in your account. So it's not really what your customers see because your customers only see what you text them. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. Your email is going to be your login to your account. So if that ever changes, if you update this email here, it'll change your Scipio login. And then there's this field here for forward to this number. This is really helpful because this is where you can make sure that calls go directly to your mobile phone number. So I would just enter your number here. You don't even have to worry about using the like +1 format. Like if I just enter in 385-595-5502, I can go ahead and hit save and it'll update it for me. So just type in your personal mobile phone number and it'll make sure that if somebody calls your Scipio phone number, which is this number here, it'll go directly to your mobile phone. And now I'll switch back to the the web version of Skipio and show you. There's a couple more features here, like your address. I wouldn't worry about that. The forward to this number is the field that you want to make sure that you have your mobile phone number in. So same on the mobile app and the web app. You just want to make sure that your number's been added.
Terry Ann says she loves the call forwarding, so
Good.
you're doing it.
Good.
And then while we're on that, a couple people asked about business cards and if this is a number that they can add to their business card. Yes, for sure it
100%.
is. It's a fully functioning number. So some people will have like their personal cell and then their business number, which is their Scipio number.
And you can totally gatekeep your personal cell phone too. Like we definitely want you to, we'd love for
Mhm.
all of you to become NSDs and however high up in Mary Kay you guys want to go, we want you to be able to do that through Scipio. And so it'll definitely get to a point in your Mary Kay business where you can't keep up on your mobile phone. And so I definitely recommend switching over kind of sooner rather than later. They don't really see a difference. So the t technical phone number that your text messages come from is different, but it's still a local phone number. They'll still save you to their contacts and they'll just know that it's you texting them. So on that note, we actually have an article to help you guys with this in terms of introducing your phone number. So if you go to the resource center, which is available in the mobile app and the web app, it's just this little newspaper icon. You can search introduce. Oh, if I spell it right. Introduce, how to introduce your Scipio number, and there's some exact templates that you can copy and paste into your messages here to give you some ideas of how to introduce your new phone number. Go ahead, Anna.
Yeah, I just wanted to let the ladies know that if they drop their questions to Q&A box, they will see it at the bottom of their screen. We can answer them because I see they're asking a lot of questions in the chat, but if
Hmm.
they do it in Q&A, we can answer each. So,
Okay, perfect. Thank you for shouting that out. So yeah, you should see two options, one called chat and one called Q&A. Chat, everybody can see, which is great. The team can definitely interrupt me, but there's a separate little button for Q&A, and Anna and Sydney can answer you directly while I'm talking. That way, if I'm just yapping away, you can get the answers that you guys need. So definitely use the QA feature if you don't want to actually stop me and have me present on something, if you just have a quick question.
And
Um,
then we had a question also about let me see. Oh, notifications for the mobile app.
hmm.
Highly recommend turning those on. Just go to your settings for your phone and then make sure that that app allows notifications in there. And then
Mhm.
just like for your phone, how you would get just notifications there, it'll pop up for you.
Yeah, and it should, as soon as you download the mobile app, like the first thing that it asks you after you log in will be whether you want to enable notifications or not. So most likely you have them enabled, but you'll know if they don't because as part of this webinar, we're going to show you how to text yourself with your Scipio number so you can kind of test sending some messages and make sure that things are coming through. So you, from your personal phone number, like I can send a text message to 385-339-0383 and I'll get a notification for that a message has come through. So super, super straightforward. Definitely feel free to test it. You have unlimited inbound messages with your Skipio account. So you can text yourself as many times as you need. And then if you want to occasionally send yourself an outbound message from Skipio to your personal phone number, you can absolutely do that too. Any questions about that before I go into actually adding yourself as a contact in your account? Okay. Any other questions in the chat or QA you guys think I should pause on?
Lots of good questions people are asking. I'm trying to see. Oh, someone was asking about the sync, if they should add straight to Skipio or to InTouch. I guess we could clarify a little bit more about the syncing process.
Yeah, really good question. InTouch is basically the source of truth. So if it exists in InTouch, it'll also exist in Skipio. Whereas that's not necessarily the case with Skipio. Like you can upload contacts directly from your phone, which I'll actually show you how to do because I know a lot of you have contacts that you've intended to get added to In Touch, but haven't had the time or the chance to do so. So you can absolutely add contacts directly to Skipio and not in Touch. But just know if you want them to be in both places, it's quicker to add it to In Touch because it'll automatically sync to Skipio as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, and this will absolutely be recorded. So you guys can rewatch this as many times as you want. And you also have our support contact info, so you can definitely reach out for individual questions. But I want to show you really quickly how to add yourself as a contact in your Scipio account because I think that's really valuable. Because then you can practice any of the other features in your account without messaging real people and being worried about maybe saying something wrong or using your account wrong. And so we just want you to get familiar with using it on yourself or your husband or your kids, like somebody that you can text without, being afraid of making any mistakes just until you get comfortable with the system. So I'll show you both in the web and the mobile app how to add a contact. So if you click on this person with the plus sign icon in the bottom left-hand corner, it'll say new contacts. And this is where you can view your Mary Kay integration. So if you wanted to like resync manually to InTouch, you can. I would say you almost never have to do that because your InTouch integration just stays active and you're good to go. If you want to just create a one-off contact, I would just click new contact. And then you just type whatever information you want. So I'm going to call this Scipio test. And let's just add 5. So I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I'll add our main support line. So there's this, and I can add an email. At a minimum, you have to have a first name and a mobile phone number. But if you don't have a first name for somebody for whatever reason, you can also put in nameless, and the system will let you save it that way. So just a little hack. Support at skipio.com. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press save. And then I can send myself a text. So this is exactly what you would do. You'd add yourself as a contact, you'd go over to messages, and then you just send your first message. So I could say, hey, Courtney, how are my messages looking? You can include a little emoji. And then I'll get a message pretty much instantly. So definitely add yourself as a contact. I'll go through the process again, but through the mobile app just to show you guys that way. So on the mobile app, let me close out of my host tools too. Mm, Okay, let me just show you guys the mobile app.
And then while you're doing that, Court, just wanted to say again, for anyone that's feeling overwhelmed or like this is a lot, do not worry because you can rewatch this. We also have other tutorials. Courtney showed you one of them for messaging your customers. And you can reach out to us anytime. And also, it can be as simple as you want it to be. So you can just do what you do on your phone here. You can just text your contacts and call it good. Or you can try out these more advanced features. We're just showing you the options to explore.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Sid, because it really can be as simple as you want it to be. You could log into Skipio just to schedule one message a week that goes to all your customers, one message a month, and be done with it. And let Skipio automate birthday messages, etc. So really, you can have it be as simple as you want, or you can have it be a little bit more advanced and help with other parts of your business too. But I just want to show you on the mobile app really quickly what it looks like to add yourself as a contact. So you go to the contacts view here, and this is where you should see contacts from your InTouch. So again, if you're not seeing any contacts from InTouch, definitely reach out to our support team and we'll help you troubleshoot. But you have all your contacts. And then you also have groups of contacts, which you should have groups that are created automatically for you from InTouch, which is great. You should have all of your customers if you're on the silver plan, and then you should also get your consultants if you're on the gold or platinum plan. And then I'll just briefly show you how to add yourself as a contact. So if you go to contacts, again, it's the person with the plus sign and super simple. I'm just going to call this Courtney Pest. I'm going to add a phone number here and I'm going to create contact. And now that contact is created, I can search for myself and send a message. So I could say, hey, Courtney, it's a test message. Now, when you're sending a message from the mobile app, again, it could be as simple as you want. You can type exactly what you want to send and then just hit the little arrow to send the message like this. or you can schedule it to go at a later date or time. So, hey, Courtney, testing scheduled messages. And you just hit this clock icon. And I'm going to say today at 6:37 p.m. I want this to go out and then hit send. So there's that. And then it goes under scheduled messages. And then there's pretty basic functionality too. So there's this little plus sign, which is pretty similar to what you see when you send a personal text from like your iPhone or your Android. If you click the plus sign, you can either take a photo in real time and attach it to a message. You can open your photos and select a photo this way. Or you can open your message library. So again, on the web app and the mobile app, you have access to all of the messages that you've created, and you can add messages to the message library through the mobile app. So this is where if you have a message that you have in your notes app or that you send pretty frequently and you start from scratch each time, definitely just add a message to the message library here. And then this feature, I'm going to show you so you can send ringless voicemails as well, but insert contact field is really important because that's how you're going to send a message to multiple contacts while including their first name. So it doesn't apply in this case because I'm only sending a message to Courtney. If I go back to my contacts and go to groups, and let's say I want to message all of my A1 consultants, I can click on the group, hit message, and then I can type whatever message I want to send. So again, I could say like, hi, gorgeous, and that's fine too, but we recommend keeping it pretty personalized. So instead, I would click the plus sign, insert contact field, and you have all of these fields to choose from. So you technically could insert like their last order amount or any custom fields that you've created, but most common is just first name. So I'm just going to insert, hey, first name. Let me just make sure there's a good amount of spacing there. This is just a test. And then I'll show you on the web version because you could see a preview of the message. But when you use this feature, it'll literally just replace first name with exactly what their first name is in Skipio. So let me go over to the web app just to show you what that actually looks like. So I'm going to go to contacts, just like we did in the mobile app. I'm going to go to groups. Actually, I'm going to go to system groups because these are the groups that Skipio creates for me. And same thing, I'm going to message my A1 consultants. Okay, the demo account has no A1 consultants.
The
Let me
mascara
go
could be
to
a good one. I think
what one?
mascara, I
Oh,
there should be
perfect.
some on there.
So this is a custom group that Sydney created, mascara. Okay, so there's five, for example, there's five people in this mascara group. And let's just say I want to message all five of these people. I can just hit message group. Again, it could be as simple as I want. I can type the message and hit send right now, and they'll each get a one-on-one message. So I could type, hi, gorgeous. Are you running low on your mascara? I'm about to place a reorder. So this is a great use case. This is your mascara customers. You can do this with Time-Wise, lipstick, local customers. You can create unlimited groups in your account to organize your contacts. And then I could hit send right now, and each of these contacts are going to get a one-on-one message from me. But again, I want it to be a little more personalized. I don't want it to just be hi, gorgeous. I want them to think that I actually took the time to message just them. So instead of hi, gorgeous, I am going to use that merge tag and think of it kind of like insert here, these brackets, and I'm going to hit contact's first name. And then check it out. Chris would get hi Chris, Courtney would get hi Courtney, and Deborah would get hi Deborah. So it gives you a preview of the message. And again, you can absolutely text yourself too to get a feel for it. So if you want to test your first like mass message with a group that you create that has you, your daughter, your cousin, like you can absolutely do that just so you get familiar with the system. But it really is pretty straightforward. And again, I can go ahead and add an emoji if I want to. I can go ahead and schedule it for a later date and time. I can add an image if I want to. So definitely you have options, but it is super simple. And one thing that is really nice, and I know this is a feature that a lot of Mary Kay consultants and directors use, is being able to message part of a group. So I'm going to go to a bigger group for this example. If I go to system groups and then go to customers. So this group, for example, has 37 contacts in it. And let's say maybe I don't need to message all 37 of these people. Maybe I want to message five of them, or maybe I want to message everyone but one person. You can go ahead and just select whoever you do want to message. So I'm not going to message Betty. I'm not going to message Chris or Caritha, Khalid. So you can select whatever contacts you want to message. And then up at the top, you just hit this little paper airplane send message, and it'll show you exactly who you've selected. And then you can edit it too. So you can go ahead and say, actually, I do want to message Betty. And then you can confirm and it'll update it. But yeah, you can select whoever you want to message. There's so many different ways that you can start a message in Scipio too. So I'm not going to go over all of them, but very simple. You can select who you want to text, send them a message, and they'll each get a one-on-one message from you. Any questions about that before I go into birthday texts?
And if you also put a question in earlier and it didn't get answered, feel free to put it again so we can
Hmm.
get to everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll make sure we stop probably in about 6 or so minutes just to make sure we can kind of read through any questions that were asked and address them. But I'll get to birthday messaging just so that you guys are all aware of it. Um, in your account, you can completely automate birthdays. So in any given contact, like let's look at Betty, for example. So if I go to Betty Pierce, and I look at her contact information, one of the fields, so we get all of these fields from InTouch, which is great. We know she's a customer, we know if she's a preferred customer, etc. If we have order information on file for her, that syncs over as well. Show you what group she's in. But anyways, if we have a birthday on file for her, and we have this box check to send her a birthday greeting, she'll automatically get messaged on her birthday. And so this information should sync over from InTouch. So if you have their birthday in InTouch, their birthday should automatically be in Skipio, and all you have to do is check this box to send them a birthday message. Now you're probably wondering, what is the birthday message? Can I customize it? Absolutely. So you can customize it at a contact level. So if Betty is like really special to me, she's been a longtime customer or she's family, I can write her specific birthday message here. But if I leave it blank, then she'll get whatever is the default in my account, which if you go to profile and settings, my profile, messaging, there's a section specifically for the default birthday message. So right now she would get happy birthday, Betty, I hope you're having an amazing day and getting some serious pampering. One recommendation that I have is I would absolutely use birthday messaging as an opportunity to try to get a sale if you can by offering something like, please take 15% off your next order to celebrate or anything like that. You're way more likely to get orders and the system sends it out automatically. So you don't even have to think about it, which is awesome. So definitely, I would recommend going into your account and setting what you want your default birthday message to be. And again, if you want to override that for any specific contacts, you absolutely can in their contact. And also show you same thing on the mobile app, just to give you guys that visual as well. So on the mobile app, let me get out of this. In your My Profile, if you go to messaging, here's where you can customize the birthday message. And you can change what image is included here. And again, as long as they have the box checked to send them messages on their birthday, they'll get a birthday message from you. So that's birthday messaging. It's really that simple as if their birthday's in touch, all you have to do is check the box to send them a message, and they will automatically get texted from you on their birthday. Any questions about that? Okay. If not, I will go on to briefly how to create custom groups because I know we're telling you to create custom groups and you absolutely should. I'm going to show you both on the mobile app how to create groups of contacts and in the web app how to create groups of contacts. So let's just say, for example, I want to create a, a group of my top Mary Kay customers. This is like they don't care if I reach out. If I were to reach out to them every 3 days, they'd be totally fine with it. They are ride or die Mary Kay. I'm gonna go ahead and create a group of those people. So a couple different ways that you can do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it just by selecting which contacts I want to have in this. So I'm gonna look through my list and just say, okay, I want to message Andrea and Courtney, demo, and I'll go ahead and just select a couple more just to show you an example. If I select whatever contacts I want, then I can come up to groups, create group from selected contacts, and I'm just going to call these my MVP customers. Actually, I'll call them VIP. And now I have a group created called my VIP customers. So if I go to my groups, I can go to my VIP customers and all 9 people are here. And again, I can select specific people to text or I can just say message group and message all of them. So super easy to create a group. Same process on the mobile app. Here's what it looks like there. So under contacts, you can select multiple contacts. So let's go Andrea, Anne, Carol, Chris, Colleen, sure. And then I can group the contacts and I can choose a group to add them to. So if I want to add them as well to my VIP customers, I can do that. And now they're in it too. Or I can go over to groups, create a new group, name it, create your group. So definitely all of that functionality is available from the mobile app. You can absolutely do that there. Any questions about that before I move on to a brief teaser of campaigns, just to give you guys an idea of what that feature is like? How are we looking? Good to keep moving, Sid?
I think we're okay.
Okay, perfect. So for campaigns, which again, that's the series of text messages that you can send out, tons of use cases for it. The most common use case is going to be the 2+2+2 customer follow-up. So anytime somebody places an order, obviously you have the best intentions to follow up with them 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months after they place an order. Really hard to manually remember. So we want to make sure that that is automated for you to whatever extent you want that to be. So on this 2+2+2 campaign, we're going to upload this to all of your guys' accounts so you don't have to worry about importing it. You can actually share campaigns between accounts, and we'll show you that in another video. We don't quite have time for that here. But yeah, if you're a director and want to share campaigns with all of your downstream unit, you absolutely can. But regardless, a campaign is a series of messages. So it's exactly what it sounds like. This has this has four messages and it just tells you when they're going to go out. So this first message would go out 1 minute after you add a contact to this. Next message 2 days later. Next message 12 days after that. And last message 46 days after that. So basically, you just choose how much of a delay you want between the messages, and they go out automatically. So again, this is where you can use it manually. You can say anytime somebody places an order, you can manually add them to this campaign just by hitting add contacts, or you can automate it. So that's something where we can definitely automate this for you. When we put the campaign into your account, we're gonna try to push in the automation too so that you can just turn it off and on. And what that'll do is if we detect from InTouch that there's been an order with this contact sometime in the last 5 days, it'll add them to this campaign. That way they'll be automatically followed up with. So we'll make sure that you all have access to this. You can absolutely create unlimited campaigns. So if you want to clone this and create your own version of the 2+2+2, you can do that using this little icon here, clone campaign. And now I have an exact copy, so I could call this my version. And you can mess with it however you want without touching the original template. And you even can touch the original template if you want. So if you want to edit what we put into your account, you can just hit this. You can delete a message, you can add a message, or you can open up the message to edit it using this little kind of carrot icon on the side here. So that's campaigns. I mean, we could spend an hour just talking about campaigns because there's so much that you can do with the 2+2+2. Again, you can create a campaign for new consultants. That's a series of messages over the first month of them being a consultant, like checking in with them and welcoming them, and those can go automatically. You can create lead campaigns so that it'll send, let's say you have up to 7 messages and you're just going to keep texting them until they reply. And so at any campaign, you can just check these boxes and it'll automatically remove them from getting the next messages if they respond. So really good for leads. We have quite a few videos in the Resource Center and on our YouTube channel about campaigns. So definitely check those out if you have specific questions on that. But we'll make sure that you guys all get the follow-up campaign from this webinar as well. So don't worry about adding it to your account. We'll make sure that it's pushed to your account sometime in the next 24-ish hours. And then I might stop there. I think we went over everything that we said we were going to go over. If I missed anything, definitely let me know. I'm going to briefly look at the chat and just
Yeah,
see
I think
if
this would
there's
be a
anything
good
we
time
missed.
to see questions. Thank you all for
Yeah.
putting your questions in. One that I did see was, and for people who might have joined late, is if we could go over the plans again
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the cost of each one so they know. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So let me go back here. Yeah, so these are the different plan options, and I'll show you also how to upgrade from your account, or you can reach out to us anytime and we can help you upgrade. Silver is our $29 per month plan. That plan includes 500 messages and it's best for consultants with five or less consultants under them. So if you don't have a big unit, it's great because it syncs all your customers from InTouch. Our gold and platinum plans are slightly more expensive. Gold is 44, platinum is 84. They include more messages and they sync your consultants as well. So that's why if you have five or more consultants, we typically recommend one of these plans because one, you're going to be sending more text because you have customers and consultants to text. And two, we organize them for you. So you can message just your T1s, just your N1s, whoever you want to message. It's already organized to the day, so it's always accurate.
Someone was asking, Janet says, I only see holiday pink weekend campaign. Okay, if you're just seeing some holiday ones in your account right now, don't worry. We're gonna be adding the 2+2+2 into all your accounts. So be on the lookout for that. It's not in there quite yet.
Absolutely. We're also working on revamping our resource center as a whole with just more up-to-date articles, more up-to-date campaigns, but also with the magic of AI these days. I mean, if you have a quick conversation with like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini about what you're trying to create a message for, you can easily create a campaign in just a couple of minutes with whatever content that you want. And our team can absolutely uh, help you out.
Can we just go over how to make a group and how to use the tags?
Yeah, how to text the group after it's been created.
And how to create it and also how to use our tags.
Oh, tags. So tags are a little bit less common. Most people just go straight to creating a group, but I know that InTouch does operate in a tag-based system. So we support the same thing here in Skipio. I'll go ahead and show you tags real quick. So let's say that let's use Miss Betty as our example. If I go to Betty's contact, I can add a tag to her right here. And let's see what tags I have. Let's just make a tag called mascara and time wise and lipstick. I'm just going to add a couple different tags to her. What this will do is once you've created tags, it'll create a different like group of contacts in your address book called tags, and it'll automatically group them. So if you prefer to create groups that way and to like add and remove tags from contacts, you can do it this way too. So really similar to how InTouch functions. And then same thing, anytime you're creating a group, you can, or anytime you have a group, you can select individual contacts to text, or you can message the whole group. So the real benefit of creating a group instead of using tags is that you get this little button that says message group. You can also add the whole group to a campaign. Whereas with tags, that's missing, so you have to manually select the contact. So that's the main difference. If you're having like a group of more than 10 people, I'd probably just create a group instead of using tags for them. But yeah, that's the main difference there. You also get these groups from campaigns, which I'll mention. So if you have active campaigns running, it'll tell you all of your campaigns and if anybody's in them. And you can also see that from your campaigns tab. So if you have anybody in your campaigns, there'll be a little yellow button showing the number of people in that campaign too. So you don't have to guess.
Someone was asking about the mobile app and how to log in. It's just going to
Mhm.
be your email, which Courtney said it's probably the same one as InTouch, or different if you like manually changed it, and then whatever password you created, and then it should take
Mhm.
you right in. Someone also said, looks like Deborah says, I don't see my contacts from InTouch. Do you want to quickly go over just like how they can check the integration really quick from their end?
Yeah. So I'll go over that with you guys. And again, if it's like if you're overwhelmed or struggling at all and you can't get your contacts, then definitely reach out because it's just a one-time fix. So we just help you reconnect your InTouch account. But if you're running into this issue at all or you want to check on your InTouch integration, you can click on actually, I mean, there's a couple different ways to get it. You can even just go to the person with the plus sign and view integrations and then click on Mary Kay in Touch, and it'll tell you you should see active and you should see the last time that it synced with InTouch, which should be in the last 24 hours. If it's older than 24 hours ago, definitely push run again and it'll start being active moving forward. And if it's disabled for any reason, there'll be a little button for you to push to re-enable it. And it'll just prompt you to log into InTouch. That's really all you have to do is as long as you log into InTouch, we'll automatically sync your contacts over. Yeah, great question. Any other questions? We have 3 minutes left. I might do one more question, and then I have a final slide with just some resources for you guys so you can scan some QR codes and save our contact info and join our Facebook group. How are we doing, ladies? We good to move on?
I think we might be good. Hopefully, we got those questions answered. Thank you guys again for being such good participants, and listening. You guys are awesome.
Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to invest in yourself, invest in your Mary Kay business. And seriously, this should save you hours a week. And if it's not saving you time, it's probably because you weren't sending that many messages to start with. And now hopefully you have the time where you can message your customers and follow up with them and set reminders for yourself. So we definitely want this to help you guys a ton. Lastly, I just wanted to share this with you guys so that you have our general information. So you can scan this QR code and it'll have you save our support contact directly on your phone. So you can text us, you can email us. It even has the link to like the Skipio webpage, app.skipio.com, so you can log into your account. So I'm gonna keep this up for a minute. You guys can scan that. If you don't know how to scan QR codes, you just go to your camera and then just hover over it and it should have a little pop-up for you. You can also just take a picture of this screen if you want. So the actual phone number for texting is here. The actual email is here, just support@skipio.com. And then if you haven't already, we'd love for you to join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group that honestly we haven't been as active in as we would like to be, and we want to have it be more of a community for you guys, especially after meeting with so many of you face to face at this last seminar. We want it to be a real community and have you guys be able to brainstorm together and share campaigns and ask questions that I'm sure other consultants have. So join the Facebook group. You can post anytime and we'll answer them. Your fellow consultants and directors can answer them too. So that's really a really good resource to you, especially as we kick that up more and more. And then if you don't already have a Skipio account and you want to get started, definitely scan this QR code. You can also go to mk.skipio.com and it'll take you straight to that sign up page. All you have to do is log into InTouch and then you qualify for the reduced Mary Kay pricing, which is that pricing that you guys are already on as long as you have an account with us. And that's it. I'll leave it up for a little bit longer, just to let you guys get all the information that you need. And then I just wanted to, again, thank you guys for coming. You'll all get the recording from this, so we'll make sure that you have it. You can rewatch it as many times as you want. You can email us, text us with any questions, and we'll absolutely help you get up and running in your account.
Yeah, if you asked any questions that weren't answered, so sorry, we only have a limited amount of time. But yeah, please text or email us and we'll answer everything for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get one-on-one support. So definitely take advantage of it. We want you guys to succeed. And if you feel overwhelmed at all, don't be. We can seriously hold your hand through the process and work with whatever tools you guys have. Again, if you don't have a computer and you're only using the mobile app, there's definitely ways that we can help you with that. Um, if you want to be able to kind of mass enable birthdays for all of your contacts, there's a workaround for that too that our team can send you a little tutorial video on too. So definitely if you could think of it, there's probably a way to do it. So don't hesitate to ask. And again, you probably aren't the only one with that question. So feel free to also utilize that Facebook group so you can post something and we can answer and everybody can get that information as well. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining. We're going to go ahead and wrap up today's webinar and I'll make sure that you all get the recording. And again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend. And we hope you found it valuable. And we definitely want you guys to succeed in Mary Kay and in everything that you do. So thanks for attending and have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
You.